Okay, someone do that. Cool. In 3, 2, 1, go. So this is Jet percent. We're gonna get the Jetpack and use it for the rest of the game. The Jetpack is with Plant Man, so we have to do Plant Buster only. And then we're never gonna use the Buster again. So now we're playing Mega Man 6, which means you have to cancel all of your slides, which is a pretty solid departure from Mega Man 5, where you don't, except for in Wily 2, and in that one spot in Gyro Man stage. No big deal, though. That was sloppy. So coming up, we have our first mini-boss fight. We're getting right into this. I should have stayed and waited for that Eddie. These fights are a lot faster with the flame, because the flame is very strong, but we only have Buster, so... Alright, those were our mini-bosses. Now we are going to be moving into the plant form section, which is really scary, because there's just a ton of pits and really trolly enemies. So you can jump on these things before they're open. You're not really intended to, so the thing with them is... you will basically be kicked off of it after, like, a very short number of frames of being on it. So you have to, like, jump off of them as soon as you jump on. We only have to do one in this category. So that was kind of it. So this is the Plant Men fight. It's going to be rather slow. The fastest damage method, excuse me, that we have with the Buster is repeated fully charged shots. I just did a manipulation on Plant Man to make him run in circles like an idiot. It's pretty useful stuff. So if Plant Man gives you bad patterns, you want to hit him with a charge and then an uncharged. This is a good pattern, though. Cool, we're done. Now... hope you didn't like the color blue, because you're never going to see it again, except for in like 2 or 3 spots where you have to. That rhymed. Now we have the Jetpack, and we're going to use the Jetpack for the rest of the game. This is my personal favorite Mega Man game, just for the record. I really like this game. It's a lot of fun. So the boss order literally does not matter at all for the rest of the game. So the first 2 bosses I'm going to do are Flame and Night, because there are E-tanks in those stages, and I want them. So, this is Jetpack only. It's time to use the Jetpack. Hope you didn't like sliding. I know I sure didn't. So the only way to kill these enemies is with a fully charged Buster Shot. So we can't kill them. When you do kill them, they turn into a little platform that you can use to ride across this oil. By the way, this fire is instant death. So we have to damage boost our way across here. It's not super precise or technical. As long as you just keep taking damage boosts, you'll be fine. There's fire everywhere! Oh god! Ah! It burns. Or something. So on this screen, there's going to be an E-tank. That's why we came to this stage. These flame-throwing guys take 4 Buster Shots to kill. Gosh. Cool, we got that without taking damage. That's pretty good. Didn't need that boss anyways. So, the flame fight is really hard with the Buster. Basically our goal here, I just stopped moving for a second there, is to keep a pretty consistent spacing from Flame Man that will allow us to consistently avoid his attacks. We want to be about here every time. He has a bunch of different attacks. Hope you like them because you're going to be seeing them for the next, like, minute or so. Those, like, little fireballs are harder to avoid than they look like. They move really slowly and have relatively large hitboxes. So jumping over them while also timing Buster shots is actually kind of hard. And he's dead. Cool. So hopefully you liked all that stuff I just did, because that's all you're going to be seeing for the rest of the game. It's jet, 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 and jet only. Which is why this category is called Jetpack Only. Guest says he approves from the back of the room.
Oh my god!
You're banned from club. I'm not even gonna repeat what you said on the mic. They will have to wonder forever. So, I don't know, what weapon should we use for this stage? Maybe the jet. Let's try the jet. That's a good call. Oh my god, please no. So you cannot make this skip as far as I know in this category. The game really wants you to slide here. You are very much intended to be sliding. Cool. Yeah, there's not a lot of particularly exciting stuff here. You don't get to do this in any percent. You can just skip that. You actually can. There is a strat to use Jet in this stage in normal any percent. It's really hard though, and I think only Papat does it. Oh my god, I'm terrible. Alright, let's hope Eddie gives us an E-Tank. The more E-Tanks we have in this category, the better. Because we'll want them for some later bosses. Kill that mad nerd. Oh, hey, I got corner clipped there. That's the thing you can do in this game. If you hit a ledge really close, you can just get clipped off of it, which is a really fun way to die. Alright, so now it's time to have some fun. We're in the bouncy castle. Alright, we're out of the bouncy castle. So, boss fight time. As you may have guessed, it's going to be very slow. Nightman can throw his mace ball or jump. That's really it. I guess he can also walk towards you. At pretty much all times, he has his shield up, which makes him unhittable. When he's jumping, you can, like, hit him in the feet or hit him from behind. You want him to just keep throwing the ball, because that's your chance to hit him. But you can hit him in the feet or from behind, as I just said. Basically, you just want to stay as far away from him as possible, because the farther his nightball goes, the more time you have to get a hit in. If you get a really long throw, you can hit him like 3 times. Got 2 there. Well, hey, he's behaving pretty nicely right now. Thanks, Nightman. I had faith in you for a second there. I I actually did this boss with Jet as a kid, now that I think about it, because I remember being like, oh, I can just dodge his throws with Jet. And that's how I found out he can also throw upwards. Anyways, he's dead. And now we have 2 E-Tanks to our name, which is really great. What boss do I do next? The other one? I have not done Tomahawk Man. I'll do Tomahawk Man. Chat, feel free to, when I kill a boss, just spam in chat what boss I should do, and Scott, just tell me whoever says what first. Alright, I'll try Magnet Man. Let me just reboot my EverDrive and open Mega Man 3. It's a good thing you can't do E-Tanks with start, otherwise I would have accidentally wasted one there, because menuing. Play. Oh, I got hit. Alright, so just a quick reminder, as this is a marathon run of Mega Man 6. Tomahawk Man is super racist. Let me just be very clear about that. There is no ifs, ands, or buts, or little dubious discourse. This boss is super racist. It's really bad. Whoever made Tomahawk Man, you should be ashamed. And that's why we're gonna kill him. So we can kill racism. Yay! That's not me tank. So using the jet, you can actually go up that ladder, but that's still slower, so whatever. This music is very good, though. Cool, we actually made it over that. We're gonna take the bottom path here because it's a little bit faster. It's a little bit shorter, and we also get a nice full, not full, but we get a nice big health refill here, which is pretty cool. Take that a little safe. Alright, this is Tomahawk Man. He jumps, he throws tomahawks, and he shoots feathers at you. Reminder, racist. This is bad. Don't do this. If you're a game designer, don't do this. Or I will be very disappointed you, and probably not play your game. I say, sitting here playing this game. So the name of the game in all of these bosses is really just damage per second. Oh gosh. Ah! I'm gonna try and finish this fight. I will probably end up... Yeah. Okay. Fine. We're definitely gonna die a bunch of times in this run. These boss fights are long and difficult. This one is particularly difficult, because Tomahawk Man moves so much. If he would just stay in one place for once, that would be great, but as we all know, white racists did not stay in one place. Also, reminder, get your picks in now for next boss. We've killed Plant Man, Flame Man, Night Man, and now Tomahawk Man. Yay, racism is dead forever! I'm white. That's how racism works, right? You just shoot a robot and it's done. Cool. Yeah. pick your next boss, and by your next boss, I mean my next boss. Windman! Alright, cool. Windman it is. Windman fight is very difficult with Jet. I'm very bad at it, so we will probably die or use knee pang. This is the stage you do first in any percent. Bleh. That was gross. You'd think this screen would be super easy in Jetpack only, but it's actually significantly more difficult in my experience. Please die. Please die, thank you. Almost hit spikes there. Good thing we had iframes. So we don't have a lot of health here. No big deal, though. We'll be alright. And if we aren't, oh well. Go down here, because it's better. And we are going to continue using the jet. Cool, we did some mashing. That jet is fun. Grab this health. Hopefully that should be enough health to get us through this fight. This fight is pretty challenging, because there's a lot going on and a lot you have to think about. As I learned last time I did this run, after it was relevant, don't mash on this boss. Every time you hit Woodman during this, like, sucking attack, he starts sucking harder. I am very surprised I did not get hit there. Cool, we're done. That boss is hard, so I'm glad it's over with. Who's next? Scott falling asleep, man? I know the second pick after the last boss was Blizzard Man, so if nothing else, we'll go there. Any takers? Blizzard Man it is. Y'all need to be faster. Interesting. That's a very good answer. You think like a speedrunner. Unfortunately, that's not an option. You're not allowed to use passwords in this category. There's also no Dr. Wily password. Yeah, no, you can only password to the first set of castle. So we have to take top path here because we can't slide. Except for where it is strictly mandatory, which will become relevant soon. So this is a room that it's pretty hard not to take a ton of damage in, so we're gonna do our best. Hey, we got an extra life. Nice. god. Okay, yeah, we took a ton of damage. Oh well. Okay, I guess we're just damage boosting there. That wasn't what I was intending to do, but I suppose it works. Alright, so this is the butter submarine. We can't get butter in this category. Butter is when you one cycle this entire ship. One cycle being defined as just making it through all of these spikes as soon as possible. It's not possible in this category because you can't slide. Wow, we have like no help. Gonna take a death going into this boss fight, I guess. We have plenty of lives, so whatever. That works. So this is Canada Man, with his hot and fresh Canada rolls. This fight's pretty easy. You are essentially... Well, we're gonna take a death. But after this, we're just gonna basically stand in the left corner for the entire fight. Canada Man's pattern is random, so we're just gonna see what he does. Yes, absolutely. I literally made fun of Canada Man when I did this game in Toronto. We shouldn't take much damage here, because this is really all he's gonna do. Throw snowflakes at us. Ooh, how scary, Canada. Fucking fight me. Really, really exciting boss fight, just like every boss fight in this category is. POW% has more interesting boss fights, but it is a much more difficult category. Yay, we're done. Alright, chat, who's next? Probably should ask that going into the fight. There's... Yamato and Centaur are our options, I believe. Someone says Yamato? Yamato it is. Cool. Let's do it. So, in case you noticed that letter B on the, stage select there, you can get beat in this game, just like you can in 5. In Mega Man 5, beat absolutely unquestionably owns. That is not the case in this game. Beat does not own in this game. Beat is very bad, so we don't get beat. I mean, in this category, you couldn't use beat anyways, so it's kind of whatever. But you can't use beat in any % either. As long as you stop in front of these guys, you'll be fine. I didn't stop there. Hey, remember those, really cool leg walkers from Mega Man 5? They're back. Now they're gone. There's no more of them ever. Alright, so here comes our first forced slide in the game. So how to handle forced slides in this category. Switch to Buster, do the slide, and as soon as possible, switch back to Jet. Cool, run is still valid. So we would actually be using Jet in any % right here, so this is the same as the normal run, because you want to take this Jet-only path, because it's fast. So this fight is really hard. Just jump out of the way. We want as much health as possible here. So Yamato Man. Yamato Man has 2 attacks he can do. He can throw his spear tip at you, and he can jump in the air and fire 3 spear tips. He does these attacks in a random order with one limitation. He cannot do the same thing twice in a row. So if he ever he cannot do the same thing 3 times in a row, excuse me. So if he ever does the same thing twice in a row, you know what attack he's going to do next, which is pretty useful. So now we know he's going to jump next. Nice jump there. You can get your jumps eaten in this category because of a glitch with the jet, where if you press jump within, I think, like 1 frame of turning around, or I think it's just within letting go of a direction, or maybe it's just of pressing a direction. I don't understand exactly. Basically, when you're moving, you can get your jumps eaten. Lag reduction by jumping at the wall. It's a thing. Alright, 1 more Robot Master left, so unfortunately no more choices. It's Centaur time. Does this mean I have to sing? Scott says no. I might. Let's see how I'm feeling when I get to the stage. Chat, you better sing along. Just spam Centaur Man repeatedly. That's it, nothing else. It's the entire lyrics to the song. Centaur Man, 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 Centaur Man. Cool, I'm done. Chat, I expect you to be doing that for the rest of the stage. So here comes my favorite room in the game in any percent. It's kinda lame in this category, though. Centaur Man, Centaur Man, Centaur Man, Centaur Man. Centaur Man's really cool. Unfortunately, we can't pick up that health because Jet. No big deal, though. Eddie's here, and will hopefully give us something that isn't weapon energy. Yo, thanks, Eddie. What a boy. That's the best outcome. So the more E-Tanks we can have, the better. We're gonna have a couple pretty challenging bosses in the Wily stages, so we want E-Tanks. One last octopus enemy here, except it literally doesn't matter at all. So, you have 2 options here. We're gonna go this way. The other boss door is literally right down there. You'd think the other way would be faster because you actually move slightly slower when you're doing Jet in the air. However, that path saves a screen transition, which absolutely makes it worth it, because screen transitions are super slow in this game. So this is Centaur Man. Centaur Man fires shots and runs and teleports. If Centaur Man fires a shot and at that particular time no one is in iframes, Centaur Man will do a Centaur Flash and you will be frozen on the screen, and oh my god, this pattern is by all means really good, but holy crap, really difficult to not take a ton of damage during. We have extra E-Tanks, no big deal. So as you want to make sure you or Centaur is in iframes at all times. Otherwise, you're gonna get flashed in midair. And by in midair, I mean probably on the ground, because I don't see why you'd jump. Done. Cool. That's 8 Robot Masters with the Jet. Now we're gonna do 8 Castle stages with the Jet. You noticing a pattern yet? It's Jet. That rhymed. Alright, so now we're heading into Mr. X's castle. The first 2 bosses are fairly difficult in Jet percent. The second 2 aren't. Second boss in this is probably the most notorious boss in this category, because it's a huge jerk, but we'll get there. For now, we're going to focus on X1. This is a stage that actually challenges you to use the jet in a lot of intended ways, so this may seem relatively normal. Also pretty good music. And I hope you like it, because we're going to be hearing literally nothing but it for the rest of X's Castle. I totally almost jumped into that spike. So in any percent, we would actually normally switch to jet here, so now we're just doing pretty standard strats up until the window room. Yay for the jet. Love the jet. Jet is definitely better than POW. Normally you'd switch to POW here and go through that cracked window, but you need POW, which is not jet. So this is relatively unfamiliar territory for me, because I don't normally see this part of the stage, because it is slower to go this way. But jet. Alright, now we rejoin the any percent route in here. Be careful, there's a cannon there. If you just hold right, you'll fall onto that cannon. Alright, so this boss, I have literally no idea what it's called. You can do a really cool kill on it with the POW suit. You can do a really fast kill on it with flame. We have jet. So we're gonna do jet. Have you reset the capture card? Yeah, you should do that. Cool, boss is done. I don't know if they can hear me. I'm gonna keep talking in hopes that they can. Next up is X2 stage. This is where the really hard boss is. Rest of the stage is fairly easy, and has some jet use in my normal strat, so nothing. We're all good? Great! Cool! Streaming is hard. But jet percent is also kind of hard, honestly. Screen has no enemies on it, we just kind of walk. Yay! And here's a forced jet usage. There's no other way to get across that gap, because you don't have anything cool like the super arrow. And guess what we're gonna do, actually? We're gonna use jet to get across this screen. Wow, revolutionary strats. Alright, so coming up is the wall climber. The wall climber is the world's biggest jerk-face meanie who sucks. I really hope you like this game's boss music, because you're about to hear it for probably, like, at least 2 minutes. This boss's verticality pattern is completely random, just so you know. So yeah, this is what we're stuck with. This is why I got those E-tanks. Oh yes, very laggy. So you just want to be planting as many shots on this thing as you can, as it continues to move completely randomly up and down the screen. This boss fight is, from a technical standpoint, pretty interesting, the way you have to very precisely tap your jet in order to get really good hits off, but it's really frustrating and really, really slow. This is why we brought E-tanks, because this fight is long and you take a lot of damage usually. Hey, I actually got a hit. In an ideal world, we always want to have more health than the wall climber. If things go really well, we might just be able to finish this off without an E-tank, which would be really nice, because the more E-tanks we can have for later, the better. I'm not going to press my luck, though. If I take another hit, I'm E-tanking. Okay, yeah. I'm not risking doing that again. Yeah, okay, we would have died. Cool. Glad I made the right decision. Meanwhile, this boss has still, like, a third of its health left. Should have had you, like, count how long we've been in here. Yeah, give or take. If you're not sure what to do while you're watching this, if I may make a recommendation, this sounds like a good time to go get some water and make sure you're hydrated. And that's the killing shot. We're done! Oh, that boss sucks. Okay, next stage is X3, which is the stage that you're actually really supposed to use Jet in, like a whole bunch. So cool. It'll look pretty much like any percent, except for the boss, where you'd normally use POW, but, believe it or not, we're gonna use Jet. This stage is very scary. Just large open holes. A reminder that you can just clip off of those platforms if you have bad luck, because this is a good game. So shoutouts to this room. This room is where I leaderboard rules-wise invalidated my second run by accident. Long story. Anyways, we're not going to do that this time. We're just going to keep using Jet instead of doing anything that isn't Jet. Do some nice stutters there and make sure you make that. Otherwise you fall and die. And feel bad. And we're through that pretty scary stage. Alright, this boss is called Mitonger Z. So chat, I need your help again. I need you to spam Franker Z, thanks. Just keep doing it until the end of the fight. Also a reminder that you should still be spamming Borb W as much as possible. So just like alternate Franker Z's and Borb W's. This boss isn't that hard. You just kind of have to dodge some, like, bouncing balls, and occasionally non-bouncing balls. Done! Yay! No more Franker Z's, now only Borbs. Alright, final stage of Mr. X's castle. Believe it or not, it is X4. This stage is scary. And our weapon of choice is going to be, of course, the Jet. That was the hardest jump in the game, by the way. You can clap. Thank you. Alright, so here comes rules. That's allowed, because otherwise you just have to do two really annoying menus there, and we just kind of decided as a community, hey, let's just do that instead. It's no big deal. So that is pretty much the single exception to Jet only, except where you're forced to slide. I almost died. I keep making accidental rhymes. It's probably because I've been listening to a bunch of musicals. I was driving for like 9 hours this weekend. Just gonna take this slow because knockback and very small platforms do not mix. No big deal. We're gonna be able to grab an E-Tank in a second here, which is pretty heckin' nice. E-Tanks are good and useful. Damage boost. And then we're just gonna do our normal X4 jet strats here. This is one way to do this room in any percent. That's actually pretty safe, so yeah. Alright. This fight is really fun. And by really fun, I mean just kind of slow and samey. Normally you punch a ball, but this time we're just gonna jet a ball. Basically, you just want to make sure you're hitting it twice per cycle, otherwise you're losing time. It might be, like, just barely possible to hit it 3, but only with really precise timing. Cool, we're done. Literally optimal fight. Ahem. Fail D! Okay, cool. Alright, now it's time for Dr. Wily. Yeah, this is Dr. Wily. Let the final battle begin! Dr. Wily versus one Jetpack boy. Alright, these are the Wily stages. They're way less scary and interesting than the X stages. They're also a lot shorter, so we'll be done relatively soon, and all of us can go home. Take a damage boost there. This is actually how you do this stage in any percent. At least for now, use the jet. Because the jet is good. And then the route diverges on this next screen. Normally we'd go through that, like, cracked block there, but those cracked blocks require POW, so whatever. Take a damage boost there to make it easier. And we're through. Doing the cracked block section only is about 10 seconds faster than doing this, so literally whatever. It doesn't matter at all. Alright, chat, I hope you are prepared to boop some snoots. If you are subscribed to me, please ready your Proton boops. If you're not, that's okay, I love you anyways. I promise. If you do have a Protomagical sub, be ready to spam Proton boop, because we are gonna boop some heckin' snoots. To be specific, we're gonna boop the same snoot, the snoot of the same dragon that we've seen like 5 times in this marathon. So here's the little Samson dragon, aka the Megaman 2 dragon, aka the Cuphead dragon, aka Bolibomba dragon. And we're gonna boop its heckin' snoot. It's more like a dinosaur. But it's basically the same, and regardless, it's gonna get its heckin' snoot booped. I might E-Tank here, actually. This fight is not going super well. So this dragon, I guess I should actually explain. This dragon has a very small hitbox. It's like right between its like nose and the top of its eyes. So yeah, you just want to keep booping the snoot. The fireball pattern and the platform pattern is random, so okay, we're done. Cool. That was Wily 1. Next up is Wily 2. As in Megaman 2, that game we played earlier, which also had a Wily 1 and a Wily 2. X-Files theme inserted here. I hope there were a heckin' ton of proton boops. If not, that's also okay, because I know it's an emote that is locked behind a paywall. Right, there's an enemy there. I'm so used to sliding under that thing that I always forget about it when I do jet %. So one nice thing about this category is that we don't have to do my least favorite thing in this game, the corner jump. We're gonna go on the left side here, because both sides require a non-jet usage, but the non-jet usage on the left side is less, because on the right side you have to use flame and shoot it. On this side, all you have to do is slide. Also, a nice thing about this path is you get an E-Tank at the end. Shoutouts to Papat.1, the original Mad Nerd, the OG, the maddest of nerds. Mad in like a good way though, like he's mad cool. And is also very nice, and good at Mega Man 6. He has world record in like pretty much every category, and by pretty much I mean in every category except for maybe Buster only. I don't know if he has record in that. Alright, so this next boss is BJW, aka Bubbly Jet Wheel. If you remember those gorillas from way back at the beginning of the run, it's like that. Get back. Give me some space, dude. So basically your strat for this boss is to kind of hit it twice and then boop the wheel, which pushes it back. You can keep it in a pretty good lock. I had to push it back a little ways there because I didn't do it quite right. Cool, boss is done. Next up is X3, a very short stage featuring only refights. As much as I don't want to do more refights, unfortunately we do have to do these ones. There's no refight skip in this game. Let me out! Ugh. Cool, we got that E-Tank. E-Tanks are nice to have, because we have to do all 8 Robot Masters again, which is, you know, just gonna end up being a lot of damage that we're going to take. Oh my gosh, let me out! Cool, that's not a great health situation to be in going into these fights. Oh well. Well, let's just get right into it. Start with an easy boss so that we can gain some health back. Ideally, have a couple E-Tanks. I would like to have at least one for Wily, but if we don't, it's not the end of the world for sure. I have done it on 0 multiple times. So if we must, we must. Jumped way too late there. Cool, one boss down. Next up is Flame Man. The trick to this fight, as I mentioned a very long time ago, spacing. Keep your distance, make sure you're jumping over the small fireballs if that's what you get. Just like I exactly didn't do there, twice. Wow, I am literally not following any of the rules I just said. Video games are hard. Please die. Please die. Alright, I don't have a lot of health now. I think next is Tomahawk, which means we're probably gonna end up E-tanking again. It's okay. Alright, so we have to kill racism again, because apparently, despite my very strong beliefs as a white person about how to deal with racism, it takes more than just destroying the overt racism. Wow, funny how that works out, huh? I just died. Cool! That's fine. You respawn right in the boss room, I believe. No big deal. Probably better than wasting an E-tank, honestly. Wow, this is a very annoying Tomahawk Man pattern. Blah. Oh my gosh, this is bad. Cool, we're good. Next up is Windman, which probably means another E-tank. This fight's hard, as you may remember. So you don't want to mash on this boss, as I mentioned, once again, a very long time ago. Because the more shots you lay into Windman during that suction animation, the stronger the suction gets, and you can just take a ton of damage like that. You don't want to hug Windman. It's a bad idea. Cool, we're done. Didn't need that E-tank, I guess. Last bosses are relatively easy, though you can take a lot of damage in this boss, which is rather unfortunate. So, same deal with this boss as the last fight, just... You don't want that to happen. That I literally just let happen, because I was just a little too slow on putting Centaur in iframes. Cool, we're done. Didn't take too much damage, full health for the next fight. That's good, that's where we want to be. Next up is our favorite jumpy boy, Nightman. Hopefully he gives us good patterns. This is not a good pattern. Unfortunately, these fights are not super exciting. Especially this one, because it's so slow. hope you like this music. If you don't, this run is probably torture for you. Megaman can totally just walk into you, by the way. That's a thing. If he corners you, he can just keep walking. Well, I guess Guest is banned from Club also now. Me? Nice. Scott, you're banned. My club now. Alright, so now we have to do Plant Man fight with the Jet, which is different because it's slower. That's really the only difference. It's all small shots which do significantly less damage. I think you can just barely hit Plant Man 3 times if you're really good. Otherwise, it's pretty much 2 hits a cycle. Unfortunately, you can't hit into Plant Man's shield like you can in Starman's stage. That would be really cool, because it would make this fight less slow. Oh, we only got 1 hit there. Streamer, when's 4 hit cycle? Not in this category, chat member. Someone probably said streamer. If no one did, I'm sad. Nice jump. Gamer. Nice. And Yamato, once again, can't do the same thing twice, so we just hope for him to do the same thing twice repeatedly so we know what he's gonna do. He's gonna jump next, yay! Pattern exploitation. Heck! Oh, that's bad. That's very slow. Hopefully we're still even vaguely on pace for sub-hour. I don't know, though. That was a very costly death. Don't tell me whether we are or not. Thanks. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Alright, so next death is a game over, which means we are using this E-Tank if we get close to dying again. This fight is hard because I'm not Pot. Pot is very good at this fight. No one else is. That's not true. Terex is pretty good at this fight. As you can see, I'm not. Why couldn't the fight have gone like that the first time? Jeez. Shoutouts to the Papat jump, which is super free in that category. That category, this category, present tense, whatever. This category. Alright, well, this is it. The end. So all of us can go home. I'm hungry. Scott just made a noise. Okay, that was a pretty good met dropper. Eddie? E-Tank? Thanks, Eddie. Alright, well we have one E-Tank, so we should be fine. The first phase of this boss fight is pretty damage heavy because it's hard to dodge without sliding. The rest of it's pretty easy though, so we should be okay. As long as you're aware of when this first phase is gonna do its jumps, which is the same every time, you can pretty consistently dodge. Cool. That third shot should hit? Yeah. You can buffer shots through the phase transition, basically, which is pretty neat. Why did I do that? Yeah, we're gonna get hit twice for that one. Nope. Okay. Final form is easy. Time is on last hit. So someone should probably be on the keyboard. Depending on where Wily spawns and how quick you are to react, you can hit him up to 3 times per cycle. Most likely answer is going to be 1. 2 occasionally. Or 0. I need to stop getting hit. I need to stop getting hit. That's not good. Time. Yeah, we didn't get hit. What was the time? Nice. Overestimate. All thanks to Yamato Man. Alright, that was Mega Man 6 Jet%, a really silly category. Make sure to watch the classic Mega Man relay on, I want to say, February 24th. That might not be correct, though, on some channel somewhere. You'll figure it out. Follow me on Twitter. I'll tweet about it, for sure. I'm gonna go to bed now. This has been Speedruns Rochester, RIT EGS Spring LAN 2018 Marathon. It's been fun, even though I was only here for the, back half, because I was in Ohio before that. Don't go to Ohio. We will see y'all next time we stream. Thanks for watching. Bye! The stream's still on, probably.